Here's a question for you. Do you meal plan with your garden? I do, which is one of the reasons why I like doing these garden tours every single week. Hi everyone, welcome back to my channel. I'm Shamira Benson, one part of Team Benson. The morning chill has hit back to Arizona, so we are getting our little bit of a spring fake out. I think it's probably coming soon, even though it'll probably warm up. But we're gonna go on a garden tour. And one of the things that I love about touring my garden every single Sunday is I can meal plan. I can say, okay, I have enough of this, I have enough of that, and I can make this recipe or this or that. And it helps me save money on my garden and also make sure that I'm pruning the garden as it needs to be pruned. Because you will get way more pests on an overgrown garden than you will on a pruned garden. So let's do something different. Let's start in the middle because I have enough tomatoes to make a sauce. So let's take a look at what we have going on in the middle part of the garden. There's not a ton, but we will see. So a lot of the middle, especially like these green stalks, need to be redone. Now granted, we have some things like the collards. Those ones are a little bit bug ridden. Well, they're a lot bit bug ridden. They might be growing back, but I think that it's going to be too warm for collards because they're all turning out like how this Chinese cabbage did, where they're just kind of bolting. But look at these tomatoes. Now, when I'm thinking about what can I make, I have enough tomatoes on here, guys, to make a tomato sauce. All of these little tomatoes will add up. I have a couple of Romas too, but this one is my big beefsteak tomato. And I now have enough because I left them out there to make sauce. So that is going to be on the docket for today or for this week. We also have some banana peppers here. When I'm thinking about, are these banana peppers ripe and good? And they do, they look pretty nice. Once they get to this yellow color, then that's when you want to pull them. And I kind of want to pull those two anyway, just because the plant's a little small. So I wanted to give a chance to get a lot bigger. Now these banana peppers on the countertop, they'll be like this, like nice firmness for at least like 2 weeks, sometimes 3 weeks, and I can do multiple different things with them. But meal wise, I can make a lot of dishes like with beef. Like beef and peppers are one of those things that I really, really love. I have bananas, or not bananas. I wish I had bananas. I have potatoes here in the middle. These ones I just planted again, these pots over here. And then this one right here, I planted some more Yukon Golds, but I do have Yukon Golds there. No, they're not ready yet, but they'll just continue to grow. Our Carmen sweet peppers, I'm waiting for these ones to turn red, but we do have a lot of Carmen sweets on here. This lets me know that sooner or later, I will be able to add these to the meal prep dock. Same thing with this banana, or this one is a sweet banana. Now it has banana pepper. It has a lot of peppers on here. They're a lot smaller, so they're still young. So that lets me know in a couple of weeks, I'll be able to add a lot more red meat to my diet. Now, when I'm meal planning, I think about, okay, what can I do this week, next week, and the week after? And that kind of helps me rotate through my garden and have a little bit expectations when it comes to meals, so that then if I am going grocery shopping, which a lot of times I buy meat in bulk and different things like that, but at least I can plan out a budget for the week. Now this side is a little bit more disappointing because my cabbages did not, they're already getting bug ridden, but we have a cabbage there, a cabbage there. This one is probably the closest to heading up, and it's a very small head. It's not even really tight, and there's already like caterpillars eating it. So I might go ahead and just do something with like the leaves that are not already destroyed on all of these cabbages, because they're only going to get worse. Like once the bugs come out, they just get worse. And then also we have some onions that are growing in here. These onions won't be ready for a while, so we're just gonna go ahead and continue to let those grow. Now going over here, we have a lot of spinach. Like our spinach, I'm able to harvest like once a week. So once a week, I can do a spinach mill. I love having my spinach in these little, these like little pot things. I find that this is the best way for me to grow spinach, is this exact spot in my garden and in these pots. Now my collard greens died and these cabbages are on their way out. I have a few onions right here in the middle, but look at this Swiss chard, guys. The Swiss chard is looking amazing. Doesn't get destroyed by anything. Swiss chard is one of those desert plants that just do really, really well. And the plan is to continue to let this one grow. I might do one harvest in about 2 or 3 weeks, but I want to let them get pretty big. The nice part about your Swiss chard is that once you get it going and you start harvesting from it, it will grow just crazy, and they'll grow huge leaves. So then that way you only need to harvest like 5 or 6 leaves to make a meal. I want to make sure that we don't eat on it too much because I want to make sure we have enough for Passover. Swiss chard is a really big part of our diet during Passover, especially because we like it with gefilte fish. We like it as a basis for greens, just a green source when it comes to like mixing it with like tomatoes and garlics and different things like that. And it really helps with digestion as well. So when you have things like matzah that you're eating for an entire week, having some Swiss chard really helps. Now these romas are starting to get healthy again now that it's warmer, and as you can see we have a few little romas on here. Not enough to like can or do anything like that with, but it will be enough to just add a different flavor to the pot of tomato sauce that we're making. And yeah, we got some lots more aromas kind of coming in, so they're doing really good. We have our habanero, still has not produced any habaneros, but as you can see, oh wait, we got little baby habaneros coming on there. I try not to touch this plant too much because even the leaves are spicy. We have our purple basil. This one's gone to seed, so I might just let it continue to go to seed so that I can get some seeds from it. But every now and then I will pick a couple of these leaves and maybe we can use that for our tomato sauce as well, just to add additional color. I do have basil in a couple of other places. Now this Roma is doing really good. This spot is doing good for that. I'm so hoping my celery gets bigger. I am really nervous about this, guys, that my celery is not going to grow, and it looks like we're losing one over there. So I don't know what to do. But I'm hoping that it grows because we need some celery salt. And then we also have some more onions right here. I have a little bit of sparseness where I put some onion sets that haven't popped up, but we'll see, because you see like that one is starting to pop up now. So it could just be that it needs to get a little bit warmer. And then over here in our pile of mess, we have Tabasco pepper right here. We have 3 that are ready, so I could probably just put those to make it a little bit spicy in the pasta sauce. And then also we have some potatoes that are going in here that I just replanted. These ones are russet. Now we could use these, ferment these peppers in like a little jar, and then use them, blend them down, make like a spicy hot sauce or something like that. Now, traditional Tabasco pepper sauce takes like years to make. It's like fermented like a fine wine. I watched a video on it and I was like, this is absolutely ridiculous. But one of the things that I love to do is just let those Tabasco peppers sit in vinegar. And I like a spicy vinegar on like greens and different things like that. So that would be something that we could just add to that pile and just add flavor. Because you want to add flavor to your dishes, which is going to take me to the next spot. You guys guessed it, it's my favorite spot. It's my herb spot. This one is in my cascading Vago garden bed. And we have some cilantro over here. We have rosemary. We have our purple sage is doing amazing. We have some more cilantro right there, some parsley back here, some basil, which will be good for pasta sauces, some oregano, which would be good for pasta sauces, and also tacos. Oregano goes really good with tacos and any type of Italian dishes. So sometimes I just make like some pasta things that'll go with. I do need to make some dill butter on the docket because we like to have a lot of fish coming up for the summertime. So I'm going to get this growing. I haven't had dill butter in a while because my dill has been doing terrible. But this year it's doing really great. Over there is our thyme. That's going to go amazing with chicken. So any type of chicken dish, that's going to go really good with. Our mint, finally doing good. I like a mixture of mint. I have spearmint mint. This one is mojito mint. Mint I use a lot for drinks and then also for lamb. So that one works really good for that. We have some more parsley, and then our trees. This one is our fig tree. It lost all of its leaves, but it's starting to grow back. We need to up pot it. And then let's not forget our onions. Now I've been loving these onions, one because they're growing nicely, so that makes me happy. We have a few that are getting some pretty good like size stalks on them, but the other thing is that we've been making that whole viral dumpling lasagna thing, and it's nice to just come out here, grab a couple of the onion tops and chop them up for green onions. If you guys have not had that or made that like viral dumpling lasagna situation, you should try it. We've been making it with chicken, ground chicken, or turkey, just so it's kosher, and it is delicious. And having just fresh green onions, amazing. Now let's go out to the back. We have our black cherry tomato, which is growing crazy. This one is going to take a little bit to start getting like some significant fruit, but you could see underneath there it already has a cluster of tomatoes on there. I think that's the only cluster so far. Below it we do have a Genovese basil, so I can start pulling from that one because it's starting to grow back a lot. It had died from the cold, but I can start pulling from there. Probably going to trim up these bottom edges on this black cherry so that then the basil gets a lot bigger. Our indigo has died. I don't know if it just died for the summer or the winter, or if it's going to grow back for the summer. I don't know. Actually, yes, it looks like it will be because it's sprouting already. So that's nice. We have some more parsley over here. We love parsley in this house, so I actually need to do a drying day, so I will be doing that coming up soon. We have sweet mint. Sweet mint's delicious, so I'm loving that. Guys, back here we have onions in our green stock. I'm hoping this kale pulls through. This is our dinosaur kale, and it looks like it might be able to pull through. We have one little mustard green there that decided to grow. Look at our giant mulberry. It's huge. Now guys, my greens are very disappointing this year. I knew that they were going to be disappointing, so like I'm okay with that, but that was one of the reasons why I saved so many greens. But one thing that I am super excited about are my green beans. Those are doing pretty good. So I'm hoping to plant a lot more of those coming up in those green stalks. Now moving along down here, thanks for all the tips for garlic. I've been doing them and they're starting to look like they're growing more leaves and less of the dyingness. So I'm going to continue to feed those and continue to grow, or continue to keep up on my watering with those. My suyo cucumber is looking crazy. It does have a little cucumber on there, but it looks crazy, y'all. So I don't know, maybe I just need to tie it up so that then it starts growing up this arch a little bit better. Over here we have poblanos. Our poblanos are coming back in. We just did a big harvest on our poblanos like 2 weeks ago, so we have a lot of those peppers. We made some chile rellenos, which I think we're kind of tired of eating chile rellenos, so we're going to slowly let these grow out. So these are going to be a couple of weeks before we do anything with them. Now over here we have our jalapenos on the other hand, and jalapeno poppers are going to be on the docket because look at how nice these are, and we have so many of them, like so many. I also want to ferment some of these ones, so, and have some fermented peppers because we like peppers with our fried chicken. It's delicious. I don't know if it's a southern, like a Southwest thing, but we love to have fermented peppers. Like it's kind of like a little mix that we do, and we ferment them, and then like peppers, tacos, all those, or chicken, tacos, all those things go nicely with it. So we're gonna have a lot of those. Our serrano peppers, absolutely ridiculous, guys. Absolutely ridiculous how many serranos are on here. Luckily, they've been doing really well at the little market that I've been giving them to, so we're gonna give her a fresh batch of these, and yeah, I might throw a couple of the serranos in with the jalapenos when I do the fermented mix, just to make it a little bit more spicier. So we talk a lot about generosity in the garden, and my peppers, my serrano peppers, are my generosity thing that I'm doing for the garden. They're just growing in abundance, and you can only have so many serrano peppers, and we have a freezer full of serrano peppers. So I'm probably, like I said, I'm probably going to do one batch of just fermented serranos so I can get them canned. But other than that, like we typically just take one of those serranos out of the freezer because I pre-roast them. We chop them up, and then we use those for like tacos or any type of dish that we just want to add spice to. If I don't have habaneros, then I use serranos when I'm making things like oxtails and stuff like that. So that we can add for the docket. I think on this time just for fermenting purposes, so that then we can have like some like side dishes. Like our peppers are typically one of our side dishes, so we can have that. But as far as what our main generosity gift is going to be, it's going to be those peppers back there because we have enough to share. Now our holy basil is coming back, which I love because it smells so divine. This is definitely one I want to get out on our land, on our homestead, because I think that it'll do a lot better in the ground just because it's getting pretty big. Behind it is our Malabar spinach. All the new leaves are starting to come in, so this is going to be good. This will also be something that we'll have on Passover just because it's really good for digestion, but we'll let this kind of grow through a little bit more. But this will be good when you make like kind of like a cream spinach. Cream spinach works really good when it comes to Malabar because it has a strong flavor to it. I also want to maybe try and do like some something with the berries and make like a food coloring, like a food dye with it. If I squish up these berries, and I could use that as like a red dye when it comes to like making cakes. So just take like a yellow cake like recipe or a white cake recipe, and then just use the berries. They don't give off that much of a flavor, and the sugar usually kind of covers it up, but it'll give it a little color to your meal or your cake. So we have green beans coming in. They are getting tall. Pretty excited about them. We have some more back there, as I can see. So we're gonna need to do a harvest again on these guys because yes, they are coming in nicely. So hopefully we have enough for another dish. If not, I'll just saute them with like some potatoes or something. Now down here, what is on the docket is going to be broccoli because our broccoli is starting to separate a little bit. So we're gonna get all 3 heads and maybe leave these a little bit for to see if they produce some side shoots. If not, I think I have something different that I'm going to put over here. Now guys, when I put up a short saying like, hey, my broccoli is like not growing really tall, so I'm probably just going to harvest these heads and then pull it, like, what do you guys think I'm gonna put there? I totally was thinking that I'm just gonna put my okra there because that's normally where I put my okra and it grows amazing, but this spot in my garden grows amazing. And I had a lot of suggestions for corn, and I've struggled with corn except for when I grew it right here, like in this little section right here. I grew some corn and it did really, really well. So I'm thinking that that's where I'm just gonna grow my corn, and I'm gonna switch my corn and my okra and grow my okra up in my bed that I would normally grow, like my brassica bed, where I would normally try and grow the corn. I'm gonna grow the okra over there because okra typically does well pretty much anywhere. It just gets really huge over here, but I have some really established okra seeds that do amazing. So I'm thinking that's what I'm gonna do. Guys, what's really going crazy right now are my Oregon sweet snow peas. These things are absolutely ridiculous. Like, they're really, really ridiculous. Now, normally we have just a couple at a time, so it's kind of like our garden snack on Shabbat. Like, we just have a couple that we pull the night before, and it is nice. But it's growing like crazy. Like, it's producing a lot to where we're not really able to keep up with them. So I think I'm gonna make like a stir fry, and it'll be on our list of things for dinner is gonna be stir fry for this week, just because we have so many of these. Our early girl tomato is finally starting to early girl. So she has a couple little tomatoes on her, and that doesn't look like an early girl. That looks like a cluster. I don't know. We will see what that is, but it should be an early girl, but it's clustering a little bit different than what my early girl normally looks like. I don't know. I haven't grown one in a while, so we'll have a lot of early girl tomatoes hopefully coming up here pretty soon. I need to get these pots like planted out. I need to do so much in the garden, guys, including weed, because these weeds are just getting ridiculous. Our evening primrose is doing really, really well. As you can see, we have evening primrose popping up in places I do not want to have evening primrose, so I do want to go ahead and kind of clean that up. Somebody said this could be chamomile. It could be, but then somebody said it could be this desert fern thing that grows, that I'm thinking that's what it is. If it produces like little white flowers, then that's what it is. If it produces little yellow flowers, then it's chamomile. But I'm starting to lean towards the little desert thing just because we have a giant, like, you know, group of weeds that are growing right now. It's always one of the best parts of gardening is like, am I growing a weed or an herb or something that I can eat that's going to turn into a plant or a tea. You never know, especially when you live in the desert and everything is just excited that there is a space where there's good soil and water. So everything will try and grow in that time. But I hope you guys had fun on this little tour. Thank you guys for joining me in the chat. I love when I'm able to get back in the chat with you guys. I have had a crazy couple of weeks at work that have just been taking over my life, which is why I haven't had a lot of videos up. But this garden is very important to us just because it is our food source. So I need to make sure I get out here and take care of it. So you guys will see more videos coming up because I think that we're finally at a calm where it has been a storm. So thank you guys for hanging out with me. Thank you guys for always supporting my channel. And thank you guys for hyping. Like, I didn't realize how much of a thing hyping was because I haven't really paid attention to it, but it has really made a lot of difference in my videos. So if you guys have a second, please take a moment to hype the video. And until next time, grow yourselves a garden because even a small space can provide you with tons of food. Bye guys.